Sit rolling around, sitting on doves, can't lie, I was high on shrubs.
So topical back with another video. I'm Strange Wang, he is Nate. Today we are going to be looking at 2000s comedies, and with this movie bracket that neither of us made, we're going to find out which is the best 2000s comedy.
Alright, first up we have The 40-Year-Old Virgin versus 50 First Dates. I think The 40-Year-Old Virgin is fine. There are definitely parts of it that are funny and that I enjoy. But, I definitely don't think it's top 10 for me. I really do enjoy 50 First Dates. I watched that movie a lot when I had the DVD of it.
Yeah, that was heavy rotation when I was growing up. 2000s comedy for me is the weakest year, which I'm definitely in the minority of that. People love 2000s comedies. People
I'm
love
probably more with you, honestly.
Step Brothers. People love those Will Ferrell movies, those iconic movies. So this is going to be interesting for us because this isn't really our bag. I really like both of these movies a lot.
Yeah. Personally,
I like 40-Year-Old Virgin more.
Really?
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. He buys toys, I buy toys. We gotta stick together.
American Pie 2 versus Bad Santa.
And this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I hate Christmas. Let's go American Pie 2.
That's what I would pick, honestly.
Like, those movies are iconic for that age. Like, if you grew up at a certain age level, those movies are just special to you.
Yeah, I agree. The B movie versus Borat.
We got my pick to fucking win it. We got Borat.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking Borat as
Yeah.
well. I think Borat's hilarious.
Yeah.
There's like a couple scenes where I'm just like, could have done without that.
Yeah.
But like,
Same.
outside of that, I do find Borat funny.
Never need to see those two men wrestle naked on the bed.
Yeah, that's the one that
Ever again.
Yeah, that's the one that gets me, especially when his like freaking crotch is in his face.
Yeah.
Bruce Almighty versus Chicken Run.
Interesting call to have Chicken Run on here.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what the rest of the list is going to have on it.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Almighty's hot fire, though. Both these movies are great, but comedy-wise, I have to lean Bruce Almighty for the comedy.
Yeah, Chicken Run has some, like, physical humor and, like, some puns, but it's, like, it's British humor. It's drier. It is a lot more, like, punny and things like that. I don't really dig Bruce Almighty, but I do think it's funnier than Chicken Run, so... All this horsepower, no room to gallop.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Dodgeball, a true underdog story, versus Dude, Where's My Car?
Bro, Dude, Where's My Car was like 5th grade. That shit was the greatest thing ever.
It takes such a weird turn.
Dude, it takes such a weird fucking turn. I watched it like a year ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wanted to turn it off. It
Yeah.
was so fucking bad.
It's not good. Yeah.
I love that poster, though. Ashton Kutcher looking like a fucking nematode.
Yeah, right.
Dodgeball is still a decent movie.
Yeah, I agree. I think Dodgeball's a little overhyped, but
Yeah.
it is a good movie. It's pretty funny. And I mostly just really enjoy the, like, fan conspiracy that Ben Stiller's character is his same character from Dodgeball,
Yeah.
or from Heavyweights.
Yeah.
So,
What a good movie, Heavyweight. Shouts out Heavyweights.
yeah. Fuck yeah. Elf versus Eurotrip, which is not a good movie. So
What?
at least Eurotrip
is so stupid hilarious.
No, Eurotrip
It's
is trash.
bad.
Road Trip's way
But
better.
it's hilarious. I'm going Eurotrip, so let's go ahead. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Should have known.
I would lose every fucking rock, paper, scissors for the rest of my life. I'm just glad I won that one. I'll trade them all just to win that one.
Flushed Away versus Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I've never seen Flushed Away.
Me neither, but Forgetting Sarah Marshall is hilarious, and it's
Yeah.
actually one of my favorite movies from this era of comedy.
Kind of like Bull Rat, where it's like these 2000s movies, they have one scene for shock value that's super gross.
Yeah.
Like him slapping his meat around trying to do the windmill.
Right.
but everything else after that is fucking gold.
Yeah, this is a very funny movie and a very good movie. Get Smart versus Goldmember. This is easy for me.
Yeah.
This is a very intentional matchup because these are two spoofs of spy content. But it's Goldmember all day. I love Austin Powers movies. I think they are hilarious.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought they all came out in the 90s.
Yeah, I think Goldmember was like a
2000.
significantly later. Yeah. The Hangover versus Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Hangover was a move, dog.
Yeah, it was.
It has to be Hangover.
Yeah, I also don't really like Harold and Kumar, so.
It's a watch.
Hot Fuzz versus Hot Rod.
Also intentional.
Yeah.
Hot Fuzz all day for me.
Yeah, it is Hot Fuzz all day. Hot Rod. You ever seen Hot Rod?
No, but I can see
Hot Rod is actually a sleeper.
Sideburn Nate loving that movie.
Well, I actually didn't see it until a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
I didn't see it when it came out.
Wow.
And it's like...
Michael didn't drag you to see that?
I don't want to compare it to Napoleon Dynamite, but it's kind of got like a sort of similar vibe. Like, it feels very cheaply made, and like it is actually pretty funny. But it's still Hot Fuzz.
I'm surprised Michael didn't drag you to see that.
Ice Age versus Meet the Fockers. Two movies that I could care less about, personally.
I'm gonna go Meet the Fockers because the Ice Age animation does not hold up. Animation garbage.
Jackass the movie versus Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Haven't seen... Actually, I take that back. I did see Jackass the movie in theaters, but I only remember one thing about it, and just like we have been talking about, it is the one that is like the most disgusting scene in the movie, where they have whatever that very large man that's on their team is, basically like wear a sweatsuit, like not a sweat, like a plastic suit, and then Steve-O takes a shot, and they put him on an elliptical bike, and then Steve-O takes a shot of his sweat.
Gross.
And it still makes my stomach churn. So,
that's disgusting.
On that principle, even though I've never seen this movie, I would still probably pick it.
I really like Kevin Smith movies, so this was easy for me. Even though Jackass was culturally a phenomenon, but I think the TV show has more to do with them popping off than the movies.
Yeah. Knocked Up versus Kung Fu Panda.
Humor.
Yeah.
Totally different ends of the spectrum. Knocked Up. I like Knocked Up. I've never seen Kung Fu Panda.
Me too. I don't like Katherine Heigl that much, but I do like Knocked Up. Legally Blonde versus the Cat in the Hat.
So a comedy that's actually really funny versus memes.
Yeah.
Is what we have here.
That's basically what it is, yeah.
The memes are great, but Legally Blonde is Legally Blonde. This shit's funny.
Wow. Me, Myself, and Irene versus Mean Girls.
Damn.
It is tough. These are definitely comedies. Mean Girls is a better movie, but Me, Myself, and Irene is funnier.
It is, but I'd rather watch Mean Girls any day of the fucking week.
Same. I do think I think Me, Myself, and Irene is like a underrated Jim Carrey movie.
It is.
Yeah. Love Actually versus Anchorman.
Haven't seen any of these. All you, baby boy.
Love Actually is a romantic comedy, but I don't think it's that. Like, I think it's overhyped, honestly. Like, it's unconventional storytelling in that... You seen Crash?
No.
Okay, well, it's that same style of thing where it's like you're telling a bunch of different people's stories.
I've seen Valentine's Day and Pulp Fiction.
Okay, and then so by the end of it, they're all kind of intertwining some.
Valentine's Day is a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. As much as I do think it's significantly overrated, the parts of Anchorman that are funny are funnier than Love Actually, so since it is a comedy bracket. 40-Year-Old Virgin, American Pie 2.
I'll have to go with Steve Carell.
Yeah, I would take that on this one. Borat versus Bruce Almighty.
Borat's my pick to win it. Because he is very nice.
I don't like Bruce Almighty, so... Dodgeball versus Euro Trip.
I really fucking like Euro Trip. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
It's just your day.
It is, dog.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall versus Goldmember.
The only competition of Ball Rat, in my opinion, is Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah, I love Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Hangover versus Hot Fuzz.
I like Hot Fuzz a lot more. I would watch Hot Fuzz any day of the week.
Yeah.
But Hangover was a movement.
Yeah. It is also pretty funny.
It was hilarious.
Especially, like, if the sequels didn't exist, like, I would still probably rave over the Hangover.
Yeah.
But the sequels did actually kind of kill a lot of it for me. Meet the Fockers versus Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Jay and Silent Bob.
Why not?
$15, little man, put that shit in my hand. If that money doesn't show, then you owe me, oh. My jungle love. Oh.
Yeah, what you were describing does not sound funny. So I will be rock, paper, scissoring you for Jay and Silent Bob.
Well, you gotta see a
now
former meth head do it.
Knocked Up versus Legally Blonde.
This is a even matchup.
Yeah, I agree.
Humor wise, I would. Fuck.
I'm taking Legally Blonde.
Yeah, like I was thinking, I would rather watch a Legally Blonde type humor, but the jokes I make lean more towards Knocked Up.
Yeah. Well, what did it for me is, as you know, and the handful of people that watch our videos may know if you've watched enough of them, I really hate stoner comedy. And Knocked Up still has half of that. It's not a full-blown stoner movie, but it has half of that aspect in it. And so I'm taking Legally Blonde.
I don't know. Seth Rogen just made a really good Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, so that's kind of helping him out. But Legally Blonde.
Mean Girls versus Anchorman. That's
Girls.
an easy one for me. 40-Year-Old Virgin versus Borat.
Difficult. But
more difficult.
Borat all day.
Yeah.
And tomorrow.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall versus Eurotrip.
They didn't make it all the way to Europe, but they had a good trip. Sarah Marshall gets a dub in my book.
Yeah, for sure.
Fat dub.
I'm taking The Hangover.
You don't have to worry about rock, paper, scissors on this one. It is Hangover for both of us.
Well, no, that's a great matchup.
That is a really good matchup.
Legally Blonde versus Mean Girls.
But there's only one winner, and it's
Mean Girls. Yeah.
Damn. Now it gets hard. Because the next two are going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Borat's my pick to win it. But Sarah Marshall has a much better story.
Yeah.
But I go back to comedy scenes of Borat all the fucking time. There's not one scene in Forgetting Sarah Marshall that is funnier than King of the Castle, I got a chair.
Yeah, I want to, my, brain leans Forgetting Sarah Marshall just because it is a cohesive story, but, I would be lying if I said I laughed more at Forgetting Sarah Marshall than I did at Borat.
Borat walks in a hotel and says, "Hey, Vanilla Face, me and my homie, all pips, no hoes." Fucking gold.
Yeah. The Hangover versus Mean Girls.
I'm gonna have to go with the sequel argument and go Mean Girls.
Yeah, I dig that.
Difficult.
Yeah. My name is Borat.
Borat for V-Dog. Same thing with Sarah Marshall. Rather watch Mean Girls any day of the week.
Yeah.
But what made me laugh more? Borat.
And, Borat, while being absolutely hilarious, is
an event.
Also an event. And also is, pretty poignant. It does say a lot about society.
Yeah.
Which is why he made it. Was to prove, hey, some people really are this dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that face.
Alright. Second side. Side 2. We got Superbad versus Monsters, Inc.
Again, what's more comedic?
Superbad.
Superbad.
I love Superbad. Superbad's a great movie.
McLovin. People still talk about that shit to this day.
It's true. I recently saw an interview that, I already forget his name, but the kid that played McLovin
I don't know.
had this, massive depression after Superbad because he was just a kid. He didn't know how famous he was going to be afterwards, and then, he had that thing that celebrities have where he could not go anywhere without just douche bros being like, "Oh, fucking McLovin, let's get a picture, bro." Mr. Bean's Holiday versus Napoleon Dynamite.
I feel like Mr. Bean was at the end of his run for Holiday, so
Yeah,
easily cult classic.
right.
Like, it was a cult classic when it came out, which
Yeah.
is the weird thing.
It saddens me that I know Napoleon Dynamite is probably not going to make it super far into this because it's only funny to some people, but I'd definitely take it over Mr. Bean's Holiday.
I don't know, dude. That left side has some fucking hitters in it.
Yeah,
It might be a side heavy bracket.
we'll see. Okay, not a comedy
What the fuck?
versus Not Another Teen Movie, which is a pure comedy.
Yeah. I got a special place for Not Another Teen Movie, so...
Me too.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I think for a lot of people, like, I might be the top of it and you might be the bottom of it because of our little bit of age gap. But for people, like, in our age, this was kind of your first, like there were a lot of, like, sexual awakenings that happened to catching Not Another Teen Movie on Comedy Central.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
And so, while it may not be, like, the healthiest introduction to, like, sexualize, like, your idea of sexuality as you're entering high school, it still was the first one for a lot of us. So
yeah, and also National Treasure has no jokes in it.
Yeah, it and American Pie. And it's like, I'm sorry, I was still on the other comparison. But yeah. Ocean's 11, which, like, again, not really a comedy, versus Old School.
Alright, he's slipping. Old School for sure. I love Old School. I saw this theory on how Old School is Fight Club.
Huh.
But funny.
Okay.
And it is.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking hilarious because of that.
I dig that. Man, this side of the bracket, there's going to be like a banger in here somewhere, and it's going to just clear the board. Over the Hedge versus Paul Blart Mall Cop, which I have seen, and it is like mildly endearing, but I mean, I'd take it over the Hedge.
I saw both these movies in theaters.
Oh, nice.
And that's why I don't drink. Tattoo of a kraken on his back.
Oh.
That Mall Cop had a good word of mouth. Like,
yeah,
there was a good 3 months where you couldn't go anywhere without people talking about Mall Cop.
Kevin James had a hot hand when this came out, too.
Here Comes the Boom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, he just came off of Chuck and Larry and, like, King of Queens and all that stuff, so I'm taking Mall. Are you in agreement?
Yeah, 100%.
Alright, this is getting a little better. Pineapple Express versus Scary Movie.
Scary Movie was huge for its time.
Yeah.
Rather watch Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express is one of my very few exceptions to stoner comedy. I don't know what it is. I just really love this movie. And I'm taking Pineapple Express also, for sure.
I didn't say I was taking Pineapple Express.
You did, kind of. Well, too late now. I don't know how to go back.
Hey, Seth Rogen, you made a great Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah.
Fuck it. We ball.
School of Rock versus Scooby-Doo.
Don't ever say Scooby-Doo live action to me, dog. That's disrespectful. Fuck out of here. School of Rock. Heart and comedy.
Yeah.
Let me get that.
I definitely like the live action Scooby-Doo more than you, but...
like it? I don't like it at all. There's no liking about it.
Therefore I like it more than you. Shanghai Nights versus Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead, I feel like, makes me laugh more.
It does.
Like, Shanghai...
Do you like this movie?
I like Jackie Chan.
Do you like this movie?
I like it because it has Jackie Chan in it.
And that's it?
Yes.
For the same reason you like Around the World in 80 Days?
There's some exceptions to that rule.
Yeah.
Watch it be the next one on here. Around the World in 80 Days.
Shrek versus the Simpsons movie. I'm taking Spider Pig, dog. Fuck Shrek.
Yeah. Like, no one cared about The Simpsons. That movie came out and it, like, revamped The Simpsons.
Snatch versus Step Brothers.
Again, that British comedy that, like, is low-key sleeping jokes. Like, so dry that most people won't catch them to find them funny. But Step Brothers is, like, when you bring up 2000s comedy, everyone is going to bring up Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Nuts on drum sets.
I've seen Step Brothers twice. It's like the quotable parts are pretty funny in the movie, The movie as a whole, I don't think is very good, but on a comedy list, I still feel like I'd take it over Snatch.
It's unfortunate, but you're right.
All right, we got a Michael Cotton special. I don't know how he feels about Surf's Up, but Super Troopers versus Surf's Up. And honestly, I'm going to rip my Cotton bias out of this because Super Troopers is actually a pretty funny movie. It did not need a sequel, that's for
I'm
sure.
picking it just for Michael.
But if only Sean William Scott was in it. Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, or Team America, World Police.
This is the first hard one in the side of the bracket.
It's not hard for me, but...
The more iconic one is Talladega Nights. Team America is kind of snobby. Like, not everyone's going to get it. The puppet's going to throw a lot of people off from not watching it.
Sure.
Talladega Nights, I guess.
Yeah, easy.
It's more quotable. I don't even like the movie, and I quote it, so...
I don't think Team America is funny at all. There's, like, nothing about this movie that I
kind of thought
enjoyable.
you would like it.
I can't stand it.
Interesting. Interessante.
It's not an awful idea, but I don't think it's funny at all. Emperor's New Groove versus Tropic Thunder.
I got that James Twitty special on this one. That motherfucker loves Tropic Thunder.
I could see that.
And he thought I would like it because the humor is just off the wall and it's making fun of society and film and all that.
Right.
But I hate that movie. That movie's not funny.
I don't think it's funny.
Emperor's New Groove is the most slept on Disney Pixar movie of all time.
That's not a Pixar movie. But...
It doesn't matter between both of them, both camps.
Oh, okay.
It's the most slept on animated movie of all time. David Spade as a motherfucking llama is the greatest thing ever. Kronk,
is it
underrated?
I feel like people love this movie.
Motherfucker, no one talks about this movie except for me. And, well, I know one other person talks about this movie.
I see this shit come up on TikTok all the time.
Well, I don't get on TikTok.
Well,
I talk to humans.
That's fair. Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story versus Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers isn't the funniest thing in the world.
Right.
But it has enough heart to get me through the movie and to make it rewatchable. So, Wedding Crashers all day and tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, God. This was seriously, like, it's one thing to just be completely wrong and put National Treasure on the list, but to pick just an absolute, like, garbage movie and put it, like, you could not think of a single funnier 2000s movie to put on this list other than Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Middle School Strange Wang had that movie on DVD.
Zohan?
Yep.
I saw that shit in theaters,
Yeah,
dog.
that shit on a Blockbuster sale.
Yeah, it's White Chicks all day for me. Which I still think is a little overrated.
Neither of these movies are going to win.
And not as funny as a lot of people think it is.
It's got that one scene, though.
But
Making my way down.
it's got the one scene. Zombieland versus Zoolander.
Zoolander sucks.
I like Zoolander okay. I don't like it as much as Zombieland, so...
I don't go Zombieland.
Yeah. Alright, Superbad versus... Au revoir. Superbad versus Napoleon Dynamite.
Superbad.
Yeah, there are definitely other movies on this bracket that I really... Like, I wish that Napoleon Dynamite had just been, like, lower, like, in the second or third one, because it definitely probably actually would have made it further. But no shot I'm taking Superbad over Napoleon Dynamite. Not Another Teen Movie versus Old School. I'm definitely more on the Not Another Teen Movie side.
Yeah, nostalgically, Not Another Teen Movie gets the dub for me. Yeah. Which is wild.
It is also wild that one of the most famous men in the world right now was in that movie.
Yes.
Like, just doing dumb shit.
Covered in whipped cream.
Right. Talking about banana splits. Mall Cop versus Pineapple Express. I take Pineapple. I think it's funnier.
Yeah. I watched Pineapple last, so I'll also go with Pineapple.
School of Rock versus Shaun of the Dead. That's not a bad matchup.
This is interesting because more of a story with comedy for both of these films.
Yeah. Like, neither of them I would really call, like, straight-up comedies. Like, you got horror comedy, and then you just have, like...
Jack Black.
Yeah, like, dramedy almost, basically, sort of.
That could have been I don't know, top 5 underdogs list.
That would have been a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
I would have bumped something for that.
I don't know about that. This time the British humor wins. I'm a dry humor guy.
Yeah.
Jack Black's a little overbearing.
There's
personally.
really not much in School of Rock that makes me laugh. Like, it's fun, but it's not funny.
I'll smile through School of Rock.
Yeah.
Where I'll
Yeah.
for Shaun of the Dead.
Step Brothers versus the Simpsons movie.
Comedy list, unfortunate. I have to go Step Brothers.
Yeah, I do. I laughed out loud pretty good the first time I ever heard him say, "And I know you weren't watching Cops because Cops doesn't come on till 4."
Step Brothers is getting a lot of pity votes on this, and I don't like it.
Super Troopers versus Talladega Nights.
I hate Talladega Nights, but I quote it.
I like Talladega Nights.
So,
I think it's funnier than Super Troopers. So,
Talladega Nights.
Emperor's New Groove versus The Crashers of Weddings.
Wedding Crasher's funnier.
Yeah,
It's a comedy list.
I agree.
I don't like it.
White Chicks versus Zombieland. Zombieland?
It's a layup.
No.
Honky.
I agree. Alright, Superbad versus another teen movie. Definitely Superbad. Yeah.
Had a good run.
Yeah. Thanks for the memes.
Not another teen movie made it farther than Napoleon Dynamite.
I think that's fair.
That's fair? Okay.
Napoleon, not another, again, I don't think that everyone is going to think Napoleon Dynamite is funny. And not another teen movie is like...
But everybody likes tits.
Like, even if you think it's juvenile and stupid and silly, like, you can't deny that it is silly to the point where it's, like, hard not to be like, I don't like that that's funny, but it was funny. Pineapple Express, Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. For me, personally.
We got rock, paper, scissors. I really like Pineapple Express.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Hey, got one.
The boy got one. Hey, Alpha's not on this bracket anymore, so I'm happy.
Step Brothers versus Talladega Nights.
Bro, the comedy duo.
Yeah, that's true. I go Talladega Nights. I think it's
will also
funnier,
go Talladega Nights.
and I enjoy the movie more.
I was high when I said that.
Shake and Bake. Wedding Crashers, Zombieland. For me, it's Zombieland.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Hey,
He's
don't
coming
call it a
back.
comeback.
As I say, you're coming back.
Superbad versus Pineapple Express.
Super bad.
That's an easy one.
That's
I
probably
mean,
the winner.
Superbad's running this side
Yeah.
of the table. So Talladega Nights versus Zombieland. Huh?
Talladega Nights,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I think I really
On a comedy list.
Zombieland's fun. Talladega Nights is funny.
I'd rather watch Zombieland comedy list, Talladega Nights.
And then
Bad.
Superbad, clearly. But now it gets interesting because it's Superbad
Here's the
versus
thing.
Borat.
Superbad is one of my favorite movies of all time,
Yeah.
but comedically is not why I watched that movie. I watched that movie for the
The
friendship,
coming of age stories.
the coming of age stories. Borat makes me laugh a ton. Dirty Harold, bang bang skeet skeet.
So you're picking Borat.
Make my day, Jew, or we will rob my wife.
Yeah, I agree. Superbad is a better movie because it's actually a movie and not really like just a guy doing live action skits with idiots. But I laugh way more at Borat than I laugh at Superbad. So I'm not going to argue with you. It's a great final. It's the correct final, in my opinion.
How do I dress like you guys? You gotta sag. Oh, don't let your huggy show. What kind of music you listen to? You ever heard of? I don't remember what he says. A beep bop bop, papa boop pop pop. You look like Michael Jackson bad. That movie's so fucking funny. Oh my god, I love Borat to death. Put how we're wrong, we don't know 2000s comedies in the comment section below because a lot of like iconic ones we just don't like, gravitate to, whatever the case may be. So what should have won? Put that in the comment section below. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.
It's not a game, it's a rich